Hello and welcome to Notebook. We will discuss about industries today. You are already relating the word industries to factories, I guess. Industry, however, refers to an economic activity that results in the production of goods, extraction of minerals, or provision of services. Not all such economic activities happen in factories. The economy of a country can be broadly divided into three sectors: the primary sector, the secondary sector, and finally the tertiary sector. The primary sector is involved in activities concerning natural resources. The output from the primary sector is used by the secondary sector in the process of manufacturing. Manufacturing refers to the processing of resources or raw materials obtained from primary sector activities to objects of value. The tertiary sector comprises of services. There are different industries and there are different ways of dividing them into groups. They can be differentiated by the raw materials that are utilized. Agro-based industries like tea, coffee, etc., mineral-based industries like steel, cement, etc., marine-based industries like seafood processing, and forest-based industries like paper, furniture, etc. are the major groups here. Size is another way of classifying industries. Micro-industries have investment up to INR 5 lakh. Small industries between INR 25 lakh and INR 5 crore. Medium between INR 5 crore and INR 10 crore. While large industries have investments beyond INR 10 crore. The number of people employed and the volume of output generated varies, with small industries having the least and the large industries having the most. The third type of differentiation is based on the ownership: public, private, and joint sector industries. How do you think a person decides where to set up his factory? The choice depends on many factors like raw materials, land, and water. For example, if the industry requires a lot of land, he might prefer a place where the land prices are lower. Labor, power, capital, transportation facilities, and the location of the market are the other important factors. Industries can decide on locations based on incentives like subsidized power, lower taxes, infrastructural support, and lower transportation costs also. You must have seen that we often have shops very near to one another in a market. Similarly, many industries often set up operations nearby to share the facilities and infrastructure. This gives rise to industrial regions. Some of the major industrial regions of the world are Eastern USA, Western Europe, Central Europe, and Eastern Asia. Major industrial regions are often located in the temperate areas, near seaports, and near coal fields. In India, we can also locate some areas like the Mumbai-Pune cluster and the Gurugram-Delhi Meerut region, where the density of industries are higher. The iron and steel industry is one of the most important sectors and has been responsible for industrialization in the world across the last few centuries. The inputs for this industry includes raw materials like iron ore, coke, and limestone. These are fed into a blast furnace and iron is obtained, which is refined further to get steel. In India, the iron and steel industry has been chiefly located in the states of West Bengal, Jharkhand, Orissa, and Chhattisgarh in order to take advantage of the availability of raw materials, cheap labor, transport, and market. TISCO, or Tata Iron and Steel Company, was the only iron and steel plant in India before her independence in 1947. It is now known as Tata Steel Limited. The process of building the factory started in 1907 at a place called Sakchi, located near the confluence of the Subarnarekha and Kharkai rivers in today's Jharkhand. The first steel ingot got rolled out on 16 February 1912. Today, Tata Steel gets coal from the Jharia coalfields, while it gets iron ore, limestone, dolomite and manganese from Orissa and Chhattisgarh. On the world map, Pittsburgh stands out as an important steel manufacturing center. Situated near the Allegheny and Monongahela rivers, the region gets its coal supply from Minnesota and ore from the Great Lakes region. Finished steel is transported out of Pittsburgh by both land and water routes. The textile industry also deserves a mention here because of its size and importance. Fibers, both natural and man-made, form the raw material for this industry. Historically, India has been well known for the textiles produced here. The first successful mechanized cotton textile mill was set up in Mumbai in 1854. Subsequently, rapid expansion occurred due to the following factors: warm and moist climate, the black soil of the Deccan Plateau that facilitate the growth of cotton, the main raw material, port for importing machinery and exporting finished products, and skilled labor. Ahmedabad is one of the major textile hubs in the country. It had its first textile mill in 1859, but came to be known as the Manchester of India as it quickly became the second largest textile hub of India after Mumbai. Tirupur in Tamil Nadu has emerged as a newer hub in the recent days. Osaka is known as the Manchester of Japan. This is a major textile hub. The cotton textile industry of Osaka is totally dependent on cotton imported from India, China, Egypt and USA. The finished products are of good quality and competitive prices, thus ensuring a good export market. The information technology or the IT industry is a late 20th century development. Information technology deals with the storage, retrieval, processing, analysis, manipulation and distribution of data using computers and telecom equipment. Bangalore is one of the prime IT hubs in India. It is also known as the Silicon Plateau. There is an availability of a vast pool of educated and skilled workforce in this region. Similarly, one of the most important IT hubs in the USA is located at the Silicon Valley region near Rocky Mountains. With this, we come to the end of the video lesson. See you soon in the recap video. Goodbye.